Okay.
Hi guys, this is King Mean, aka Pretty Cool Guy, also known as Empty Waste on YouTube. To my right.
Ahoy, everybody! Monkey checking in here, and together we are the Greasy Bro.
What?
What?
Right.
The sunglasses.
Oh yeah,
the
no.
sunglasses.
What? Stole my shit.
And
You guys can be this. I was thrown off by the sunglasses.
Whatever. I belong here, aka butt bitch, aka white knight. I don't have a mask on because people complain too much. Anyways.
Yeah, there we are. The Greasy Bro.
Low key.
Low key.
prison.
Low key's cool.
Cypher here, and I think Aizen, he kind of caved into the terrorist demand.
Yeah.
He caved in. So we don't
Shake our
cave
head.
in because we're ninja. So this is
I'm a sellout.
anime review time, right? Anime Core.
Anime
we
Core.
review anime. So we just saw Fire Force episode 5. What do you guys think of that?
It was cool. It was fast paced.
They went straight for
They
the
went straight for the
five.
Company 5.
The battle's lit, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a
hands down.
Learned a little bit more about the lieutenant and what he can do. He's pretty badass.
It was pretty
Yeah,
badass.
the whole gun.
Yeah, I was able to
That
control
gun movement.
bullets.
Yeah, the bullets.
Yeah.
And
Well, not necessarily control the bullets, but the
controller.
gunpowder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Question.
learn about it once.
so we learned about Hibana a little bit about the path. About
Apparently,
her path.
she hates religious.
Well,
religion.
she was a nun, right?
She was a nun.
Was a nun.
obviously
She
got
came
betrayed
from
or
the same
something.
background as one of
She
the
probably hang out.
sisters from Company 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same background.
Yeah. But something happened along the way. We didn't.
Yeah.
We haven't got
Little
too
something.
much into that
I
yet.
think she kind of threw the religious away and became more of a bitch.
Psychotic.
No,
Yeah.
it became more of a science person.
Yeah,
Kind of. Yeah.
Kinda.
magic. All
Well,
that
on the
bullshit.
crazy side for sure.
Slut.
So main character and this whole crew break into it right away in this episode.
Yeah,
So they
'cause
didn't
they-
even bother.
Because they want to know what's up with that place, and plus they always have suspicion about what they do anyway. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're gonna call the authorities, like the lieutenant was saying.
Yeah, and for that Arthur guy, I mean, like if he was actually listening to what his teacher, his instructor, or his captain, and instead of trying to slice birds or griffin or whatever, he wouldn't mistake his blade on the wrong hand.
I don't know, man. I don't know what was up with that.
His
That's pretty
IQ is
stupid.
questionable. His IQ
I
is
think
questionable.
that's his whole character. He's strong, but he's
Yeah.
just problematic in terms. Yeah,
His mind is not there.
his mind is
not
always
there.
fantasizing elsewhere.
so
That's
That's
why.
why a little lizard turned
Yeah.
into a dragon.
Yeah, because he's always playing pretend that he's a knight, so he's an
But
interesting
he
character.
is strong though.
He is
once
strong.
once he did,
when he
deliver his
realized,
blast
he
and-
wait a minute, I'm not a lefty.
took him a while. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, a few points. The guy with the bubble explosion.
Yeah.
He's
Pretty cool.
He sucked.
No, he sucked. but it was
He
pretty
thought
cool.
it was badass.
He was pretty badass for like 2 seconds.
No, he thought he was badass,
Yeah.
but he's not bad.
But that was still a threat though if he was to face off against someone without a bullet.
Yeah.
Like the whole gun being manipulated, the
thing
gun
was pretty
thing.
cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. He can just control his bullets everywhere
Yeah.
he wants to.
But other than that, it's more of a setup episode for what's coming
Yeah.
next because it seems like that's what it is. There's no conclusion. There's no connection. I mean, there's no battle, like big battle. It's just them
It's starting
approaching
out.
the main gate and just heading in. So obviously the main character he didn't actually get to do much.
He's aiming straight for the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting considering we saw what happened the first time they encountered.
Yeah, he couldn't do.
He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything.
All I gotta say is I want to see cosplayer
That
of
was over.
Queen
Hibana.
Hibana
Cosplayer.
or cosplay. It's gonna be legit.
And his sister too.
The sister
Aesthetic.
too.
Queen? I thought it was princess.
Oh, princess. Sorry,
Princess
Princess Hibana.
Yeah. Aesthetic, right? So
Aesthetic,
yeah.
Very pleasing.
yeah.
Any
how
hot
many-
cosplay out there, please make my reality happen.
Your
My
game.
fantasy
Your
reality.
Your reality
My reality
happen.
fantasy. I don't know. One of
It's
those
fine,
two.
it's
Switch
fine.
flop them.
He might as well be.
He might-
He might as well be Arthur.
His IQ is on par at Arthur.
So that's pretty much that for this
all,
episode.
all the blood
right?
is somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's not his blood.
Anybody else got anything to add for this episode?
No, it was
I mean,
cool. Like you
it's
said,
pretty
it's a
much
lead up to
yeah.
the next one.
It's more of a.
I
setup.
really like seeing
Hype episode,
I really like seeing the lieutenant's potential when he uses
Dude, that's
his
so
powers.
cool that they
Yeah.
save like his power until like episode 5.
He didn't really show off, you know.
Anyway, yeah,
And also
he
what
kind
you-
of showed off. You want Gunblade.
What do you
Kinda,
notice?
yeah, kinda.
Where's their captain? He's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
So
pretty cool.
what can the captain do? That's the question.
Well, and that way the captain can be like, well, I wasn't there. I didn't do it.
That's true,
It's
that's
like,
true.
you know.
Or maybe he's plotting something
We'll
else.
see. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how it goes. So yeah,
He's probably
that's,
taking pictures of Hibana from the closet or something. That's what I
It's
do.
like
keep it for
The,
later.
the
see
water
you.
scene.
Yeah.
Keep it for midnighter. So
Midnight prosperity.
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 So that's pretty much it, right?
That's it.
So,
Yeah, it was good.
Fire Force episode 5.
Five.
That's pretty much our take on it. So now we move on to Doctor Stone episode 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
So Doctor Stone episode 6, what do you guys think of that?
That was
episode,
cool.
a lot of stuff happened here.
A lot of
Compared to last week.
storyline set.
They're setting
going.
up for like future war. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Battle of the two armies.
so I like how they
They finish off like
something.
in the beginning. They finish off the backstory of how.
yeah. So I like that. Yeah. So I like the you know how
It's interesting though that only Senku like got revived by that
yeah
thing.
yeah.
Well,
But
it's a long process.
It's a long
Yeah.
process. But I like that they because Senku is science, he's all about that science stuff. So he did a lot of hypothetical thinking and like hypothetically
Hypothesis.
what caused the petrification, like is it an alien? But at least they acknowledged that there only two things was affected, like two species.
Yeah.
Human and that bird thing. So they acknowledged that it's not
That's- That's pretty cool.
that they
like-
did that on purpose. They chose the bird and human on purpose. But what's the connection?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the cool
On the
mystery.
surface, there's not really much
Yeah.
connects a
Yeah.
swallow to a human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's interesting that specifically that those are the only two creatures that's affected. So they knew it, and they acknowledged that. So it's not like a plot that they just throw aside. So they wrap up what you were talking about last week, that it didn't cover much, it didn't do much last week
Right.
because flashback. But this week they wrap up that flashback and they give you important information, like how he tried to pour all the the
The
liquid.
nitric acid.
Yeah, it didn't work. So it shows that he went through multiple experiments
Yeah.
just to figure out what he figured
He
out.
never gave up.
Trials and errors. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
you
what
do
the-
when you're a scientist.
Which also explain why in his lab has a bunch of those swallow bird things. Like he has so many of them
Practice.
on
Yeah,
a
you collect
on a
them.
shelf. Yeah, so he's been collecting them. So it makes sense because he's been experimenting. Even
They
before
still didn't really answer it though.
what?
Like, was it because he was thinking the whole time that it?
Yeah, no, they did actually explain a little bit. He said that he was thinking the whole time, but what caused his brain to be functioning that whole time? And he said it's because the brain requires energy, so it needs to be
Neurons and all
it needs to be
It came
feed on
from the
something.
stone.
No, it says he needs to.
Right?
Yeah, he said the brain requires energy. So in order for him to think, the brain must absorb some energy. So what could the brain absorb as to feed itself? He said it's probably something to do with the stone or the outer layer or something.
Right.
He's absorbing something. So basically, that's what he's saying. It's kind
Yeah,
of
the
like
stone has some sort of nutrients that
Yeah.
helps him. Stay
yeah, it seems yeah.
conscious.
So it has some healing property, some form.
Right.
So it's interesting because if you can find a way to revert a people or a person back into a stone, that could heal their damage if they're damaged in their living form.
Right.
So-
Which might be what he told
Yeah.
what's her name to go do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, and then of course they send them as a
The
spy
infiltration.
to infiltrate Tsukasa. So this is interesting because they're already setting an arc where the two characters won't be in the same field.
Yeah.
So one side
And then he
a
gained
spy.
a new party member.
Yeah.
towards
That's
the
cool.
end.
Yeah, we got a proper.
She's a naturalist.
yeah.
That means she was
Character
born
introduction.
in that world.
Which is interesting. That means someone was that was
Came awake before them.
before Senku.
Yeah.
In order to have a kid, if she was born in
If she
was
was.
born.
If
Yeah,
she was, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's a theory right
Yeah, because Tsukasa was saying if she was a children or a child of a person that was revived already, that means the mom was revived before Senku.
Tsukasa
to give
made a
birth to
big,
her, and
he
for her
made a
to go
big
that big.
error. He's like, yeah, I don't give a shit about these people. They're simple mind. I can conquer them anytime I want.
Right.
He didn't realize that.
Well, he thought Senku
Well,
died.
he also
Yeah, he
asked
thought
the
that
questions
Dr.
like,
Stone
what
was
generation?
goner.
He also
Yeah.
asked the questions like, what generation are you from?
Yeah.
She never
Yeah.
answered.
Yeah,
So we don't.
because
we
she
don't
didn't know
fully
what. She didn't seem to know what the whole explosion is.
She doesn't
Like, she didn't-
understand.
She's
Any-
young.
she's
He
more
commented
primitive.
on
Yeah,
how young
meaning-
she was.
Meaning she's new to this whole reality. She never lived through the age of technology before the stone shit go down.
But she is a badass.
She's a
and
badass.
honest.
She came in, beat the shit out of him, and I like what's going on here.
Remind
I like
me
that.
of blonde, what's her name? Taki from Soul Calibur.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With
the ninjas.
Yeah.
No, that's just
And-
ninjas,
and
but the
also,
rising.
And the Rising, yeah.
The rising
Ninjas
bouncy,
Rising.
a little bouncy, a little
bouncy.
bit.
You got some jiggle effects.
Hey, she's young, guys. Come on now.
No,
she's
just
cartoon.
saying the animation.
That's
So,
true.
um,
That's true.
This is an interesting setup. It looks like Dr. Stone is getting a bias.
He's
Yeah.
gonna,
Wife him.
I'm pretty sure
A
he's going to
wife
have
him.
more than one bias. Come on, man. He's Dr. Stone.
Well,
I know, right?
there's only
He
two
got stone
chicks, and
cold.
the other one is his
Take
buddy's
it. Right,
girl,
right. Can't be the third wheel forever.
Can't be the third wheel.
But remember, though, the other episode when they lit the fire signal, there was only one. And then another one came later. That blonde girl lit it up. Kohaku is her name. So she lit it up. That means there's two. That means there's two different
Groups.
groups.
Yeah.
There's
Not just her.
different groups.
Someone got the signal as well.
Well, and in the intro, you see that old dude.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that fireball.
That's pretty
Yeah.
He maybe
Old dude's
there's like a young and
badass.
old group.
Yeah.
And obviously, whatever his name is going to try to kill that old guy because
Yeah.
he doesn't want adults around. So that looks like it'd be a pretty good fight.
Yeah. I wonder what side the old man's gonna be on.
Probably
Like,
not
think
the
it's
side of the
obvious.
guy that's trying to kill him.
I think it's
That'd be
obvious.
my guess.
he might have his own side.
Oh, by the way,
The old man
did
community.
you guys notice the Easter egg when he said that a team or the Tsukasa Empire versus Science Empire or whatever? The Science, I look in the background. Dr. Stone was in like some mech
Yeah.
body,
Yeah.
but the
shit.
background.
It's like
Yeah.
old people.
No, Albert Einstein was the
Oh,
background.
was he?
Jeez, man.
He was in the background.
That was funny.
Yeah, they did show a shadow of all the group that potentially could
Yeah.
join him.
That was also cool to throw back to Einstein and Archimedes. What's his
Einstein
name?
sticking out.
Archimedes.
Yeah,
you
Archimedes.
almost had
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
was and it still had the humor throughout
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
episode.
still the whole educational aspect.
Gotta have the little educational in there, which is good.
I mean,
Education is hard nowadays.
Education.
So,
It's hard to even say it.
so what do you think of the whole martial art aspect thing?
Dude, I think it's lit.
I mean,
It's weird
It's-
because it's a story about science and a story about a post-apocalyptic world, and then there's kung fu shit.
I think it's funny that Tsukasa referenced that. Wait a minute, maybe she was born later because if she was back,
Nobody in the
back-
martial art
I
community know of
She's
her.
like nobody in the
It's
martial
like,
art
damn.
community. Like wow, what martial art community? What is this?
Dude is a kung fu master.
I think Tsukasa
Well,
was
he
not
has-
in our
Oh,
time.
he's in the martial art club.
No, I get that, but I think Tsukasa. No, this is just a joke, but I'm sure. I think Tsukasa was petrified during wuxia time. He woke up like a billion years, so he was the first one on Earth to be petrified. Came back out, and be like, "Where are my martial art people?"
It's like I need to go find my kung fu
Yeah,
master.
I do like you brought it up too. I do like how you get the primitive side, and
Yeah.
you get the modern
The modern,
knowledge
yeah.
side,
Right.
just facing each other now.
Yeah.
But what's cool is Dr. Stone is gonna team up with the primitive side
Yeah,
because he trusts them more than he trusts the other dude.
Yeah.
yeah. The other dude's making an empire. He's a war.
Because at least the primitive
Or-
side, you can educate them and make them better.
Yeah, teach him, make him learn. Learn new things. But yeah, that's pretty much for this episode. A lot happened. And it's pretty funny that it took like the middle portion for the opening song to come out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's like they split
the
the
intro
episode.
was like didn't come up till
Yeah, that whole section of the backstory.
Yeah, that was the
Once
first
that's
half.
finished, then the intro comes
Yeah,
up.
which took almost the whole episode.
Yeah.
I like both anime. I thought they
like
were fun.
10
I
minutes.
like those two animes.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Dr. Stone's
Pretty cool,
funny.
pretty cool.
Not much of a cliffhanger, but it's a good setup.
It's
Yeah.
a good setup
It opens,
for a big
you know,
arc.
a
It's
lot
just
of
going
stuff.
down.
Lots
Yeah.
of door.
They're gaining party members, like both sides getting party members or trying to get party members, and they're setting up for a war later on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
They're-
interesting to know where
What's
it's
cool is
going.
he's hiding his
Yeah.
death. Smart strategy.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's going to be cool too is if the one guy's just doing the young people,
Yeah.
they might be like faster and stronger and all
Yeah.
that. But then if Dr. Stone
Yeah.
gets like the older people,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
more wiser. And
Yeah.
they've got
Yeah, so
more,
he
like,
has a lot of
experience
knowledge
and
and smart people on
And what's
his side.
the advantage of having I forgot that new girl.
Kohaku?
No, the young girl.
Yeah.
The,
Kohaku.
is that her name?
That's her name.
Yeah, the blonde
The,
one, right?
the advantage of having her is she knows the layout of the land.
Yeah,
That means
she's been around.
she's been around, so she knows where all the
Also,
material
She
that
gets
he
around.
needs.
Also, she's
Around town.
yeah. Also, I think she's pretty good at like tracking and hunting.
Yeah, it's
and all
her
those
it's
other-
her
and all those
world.
abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a key component to helping out Dr. Stone. I almost said Mr. Stone, but yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, right? Alright, so that's pretty much it, huh?
Wrap it up with a bow and a
Wrap it
knot.
So, looking forward to more
Put a
episodes.
bow on
So
it.
that's it. That's for
Yeah.
this one.
Thanks guys for watching.
you.
Hit that like button, subscribe, comment below, let us know.
What's
Yeah,
up?
we'll see you next week for
Yeah.
more
More Anime Core, where we watch anime and stuff.
I was confused. Tell me.